Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. You're welcome to the show. Welcome. Yeah. Today we are going to talk about EU's report on the conflict in Ambazonian. We're going to be talking about that, and we have seen EU's report on Ambazonia, the crisis in Ambazonia that has been plaguing the people of Ambazonia for the past 7 years. We'll be talking about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. If you're just joining, please hit the share button. Hit the share button. Let's have some audience and we start the show. Hit the share button, okay? Let's have some audience and we start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. It's been a pleasure having you guys. Thank you for joining the show. So today our focus will be just to give some highlight why the Ambazonian struggle has been one of the most neglected. Okay, most neglected. We want to bring this to the limelight because a lot of people don't understand what we are dealing with in this crisis. Okay, we have a regime that has been in power for more than 40 years under the presidency of Paul Biya. Okay, you have a crisis that started in 2016 and escalated. The war was declared on the people of Ambazonia in 2017 by the president Paul Biya. The dictator, you all know him. He has been in power for 41 years. Thousands, according to the report that we have from on the ground, thousands and thousands of people have been killed. We have the International Crisis Group report. At least 60,000 people have died in the conflict, while another 800,000 have been displaced within Ambazonia. Okay, so we have more and more refugees, about 150,000 refugees in neighboring Nigeria. This is what is going on. The crisis has been neglected. The two negotiated settlement that was proposed, the first one failed. The one that they organized themselves in Yaoundé, it failed because it was called a national dialogue, and it concerns just the party, the CPG and party members there. It did not concern Ambazonians, so it failed. The other one that was held by the Swiss government, the Swiss Foreign Affairs held that one also. It failed. It failed. Why? It failed because the La Republic government of Cameroon did not want to get engaged in these peace talks, so it failed. Also, we had the Canadian talk. What happened in the Canadian talk? The La Republic government sent some delegation to Canada to discuss with the delegation of the Ambazonian leaders. When the Canadian Foreign Ministry said they are very, very interested to help in the mediation process, the La Republic government sent out a communique through their communication minister, René Sadi, that they never sent any delegation to Canada. So you see, the train of the peace talk has been obstructed by the La Republic government. We don't know why, because one reason is that they have a lot of baggage. A lot of human rights groups have said that the government troops have committed a lot of human rights violations. And in Ambazonia, they have been burning homes. More than 500 homes have been burned down. The entire villages, as well as you have a torture chamber, you have detention and killings going on. Our people, the people of Ambazonia, are being killed every day. Okay, and you see all these report that are being gathered by different international organizations. But remember, there are many organizations that want to come in and do these findings. The government of La Republic is blocking them. They are not allowed to go to Ambazonia to do their own ground investigations. Okay, that is why, like in February of 2020 and 2022, 2021, 2022, these are things that we know at least civilians are being killed in different forms of massacre, mass killing. You saw the recent one in Mamfe. This is what has been going on for the past 7 years. It is not new. The Mamfe incident can just testify where more than 50 people were, 50 innocent civilians were being killed, including children that were gruesomely killed. You know the Ngabu, you know the Pini, you know the so different many kinds of massacre. Kumba, Ekona, the list goes on and on and on. Okay. Then this is what happened. Even in Kumba, you remember the children that were killed in school? These are the same thing that is happening. Our people are a very peaceful people. Our people are a very peaceful people. And we want this crisis resolved amicably. Because we know we have a just cause. Okay? We know our cause is just. That's why we are calling on the international community. We call it on the EU. Okay, the EU should come and do their own part. Because why are we calling EU? EU because France is in support of the Cameroon government. France has been using its veto within the EU to block a lot of discussions that were supposed to be held. Okay, and we have seen a lot of different things happening within this struggle, that the only country that has really done so much is the United States. The United States government has done so much to this struggle, showing that they have given what they call the TPS. The United States has given the temporary protective status to all Ambazonians living in the United States. They have given us all the benefits. They are giving all Ambazonians the temporary protective stay in America. The same United States are the only one that have given all the benefits in terms of other issues, right? Like the people of Ambazonia, they are giving some preference in terms of the treatment that when they come to America, they are giving some preferential treatment, especially when it comes to document and other issues. Okay, they are giving some preferential treatment, and we are very we applauded the United States for their wonderful work they have been doing for the people of Ambazonia. We are also grateful with other countries that have spoken out, okay? And we see countries like Canada who came in to help with the negotiation, to mediate with the negotiation process. We saw other countries who also, like Swiss, the Swiss government also came in to mediate. But the La Republic of Cameroon government does not want to negotiate. They want to, they prefer to fight, to use force, the use of force, and they want to suppress the people of Ambazonia, to succumb through the use of their military that have occupied Ambazonia territory. If you don't know, we are dealing with the worst dictatorship government in Africa. Paul Biya regime La République du Cameroon is a republic dominated by a very strong presidency. Paul Biya decides everything. He declared this war in 2017. He is the one that can say, okay, this war, let's go for negotiation. Okay, he has the veto power to decide anything he wants. He declared this crisis, he declared this war. His people were not even in support of this war. The people of La République du Cameroon were not in support of this war. He declared it sole-handedly. And with his own health, his own condition, there are many doubts, even if he even understands what is going on at this point in time. That's why we are calling on the international community to know that the person that declared this war against the people of Ambazonian is not even healthy. It's not, in his 90s. What do you think he can be thinking of? Okay, he's frail. He's not strong to even be a president at this time and point. And so we are calling on the international community. The ruling party, CPDM party, is a party running everything. It's a one-party system. Okay, and Biya has remained in power since its creation in 1985 when the CPDM was created. The country held legislative election in they call it election, but that's not election. It's appointments. They just appoint people. Okay, because all elections have been marked with irregularities. All elections in that country called Cameroon, La République du Cameroon. That's why the people of Ambazonia are just tired of that setup. The people of Ambazonia are not willing to be part of that anymore. They've taken their own destiny by their own hands. We are moving forward. On this same Saturday, the people of Ambazonia are opening their embassy on the 9th, this Saturday. In 2 days' time, the people of Ambazonia are opening a new embassy. The first of their embassies in Washington, D.C. The United States government is in support of our cause. So we are moving in a different dimension. The people of Ambazonia are no more trying to plead anymore. We are moving forward with what we have, and just like any other unrepresented country, we are moving our struggle in a different dimension, and that is what we are doing. Okay, and with the Paul Biya in power, there is still very, very little to see when it comes to negotiation. Okay, the Biya regime believe that committing all these human rights abuses can help them to quell to subdue the people of Ambazonia, but I don't think that has worked for them, because in the past they have realized in the past how many plus years, they have realized that the people of Ambazonia are very resilient people. Okay, they don't back down. That's why the people of Ambazonia are still fighting and fighting and fighting for their right. It's their country, it's their right, it's their right for self-determination that is embedded in the international human rights law, right? You have to fight, you have the right for self-defense, self-determination. And that is what the people of Ambazonia are doing. It's their territory that the Biya regime sent their B, the battalion, the intervention rapide. They call them the B. They came in and with killing our people, burning houses, doing their normal scorched earth policy that they have been doing for the past 7 years on our people. That is the modus operandi of that regime. It's a very, very barbaric regime that we are dealing with. It's not a usual regime. If it's a usual regime, for the past 7 years that the people of Ambazonia want to go and negotiate, the regime does not want to negotiate. They want to use the military to suppress the people of Ambazonia, despite the blatant truth that they know that the people of Ambazonia have their right of going back to history. They understand that the people of Ambazonia are fighting a just cause. Okay, the people of Ambazonia are fighting a just cause, and these extrajudicial killing enforced by their military, they don't judge people in military tribunals. The Cameroon government has been military tribunals. They don't have the usual court. Then when they arrest somebody in Ambazonia, they take the person to Yaoundé to judge a person in Yaoundé, in La République du Cameroon capital. We have our own system, the English common law system that we have, right? They have the civil law system. They carry somebody from Southern Cameroon, Ambazonian territory, arrest you, torture you, and send you now to court in the French area there in Yaoundé, where our people don't even understand French that much. Even though majority of our people can understand some French, but it's not the language that we were, colonized with, right? The fact then, what they do is that they want to make you understand that you have to be subjected. You don't have even your own lawyer. Nobody is there to defend you. They put you in detention. These harsh and life-threatening prison conditions, arbitrary arrest and detention, political prisoners, or these people, these are the problem that we face. The serious problem with the independence of our judiciary, with the common law and civil law system, is still there. Our people are in Ambazonia. They have an English Anglo-Saxon common law system of the judiciary system. But when you arrest them, the La République send their military to come and arrest our people and take to Yaoundé, where they have the civil law system there. They'll try them there and they'll find guilty. They have a policy. Any Ambazonian that is arrested, they'll pin you to something they call terrorism. Whereas they know that our fight is not a terrorist fight. It's a fight that we are fighting for our independence that was not recognized. We were recognized. 64 countries voted for our independence. You see, it has nothing to do with terrorism. It has something to do with correcting the wrongs of the colonial era that we were subjugated to, or we were forced to join these people. Okay, because we were given two questions: do you want to join the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or you want to join La République du Cameroon? That was what we asked in 1961. So, is it our fault that we don't want to be part of any of these two countries? We have lived with Nigeria for 40 years. Yes, the British ruled us with Nigeria together for 40 years. Now we have lived with La République for almost 60 years. So what is the question that you, as rich in mineral resources as we are, you still say that what the colonial people were saying that these people were not economically viable to be on their own? But that was wrong, because we had oil, we had rubber. Up to date, we give 60% of all the resources between La République du Cameroon and Ambazonia combined. We provide 60% of the resources. So what excuse can they give? We have 8 million to 9 million Ambazonian, more than 30 countries in the world. Our population, how many population are these smaller countries? Malta, Gabon, these small countries. We are 8 million. How many countries have 8 million people? So there is no excuse that was given at that time that we were not economically viable. We joined La République du Cameroon on that agreement of federal system, where there will be power sharing. Okay, it was a power sharing agreement. It was not that Paul Biya will be there for 40 years. This is 41 years of Paul Biya in that power now. Now he's planning to put his son. The legacy continue, and our people have been subjugated under this different types of terrible and unlawful, arbitrary arrests and extrajudicial killings that is going on in that regime. Okay, We have more than 5,000 political prisoners detained in the Yaoundé and Douala prisons. Our people, just because they are Ambazonians, they have been detained. Okay, this harsh and life-threatening prison condition that they face in this their dungeons called prisons. Okay, our people cannot move freely. Our people cannot move freely. They have been arbitrarily arrested and detained for no reason. Okay, and this arbitrary and unlawful interference with the privacy of our people, the punishment of our family members for offenses allegedly committed by an individual. Okay, they used by the military regime, the military courts that were supposed to be used for military. You cannot use military courts for civilians. What are the civilian courts doing? That you try our people in military courts, military tribunals. Our people are not terrorists. We have a people that are very peaceful. This abuse has continued. The Cameroon military has used all these serious abuses, including abduction and physical abuse, rape, serious restriction of freedom of expression of our people, including violence, threat of violence, and unjustified detention of journalists, killings of journalists like Wazizi. You all know our English-speaking journalist Wazizi. That was till today. We have not seen Wazizi. Wazizi has disappeared. You know of Martinez Zogo. This is a French journalist from Cameroon that was disappeared and killed in a very gruesome way. There is censorship. There is substantial interference with the right of peaceful assembly. People cannot have protests. No freedom of association. Serious restriction of freedom of movement. These are what kind of country do you live when all these things, you don't have rights, right? I'm talking about Ambazonia. Our people have been subjugated. Inability of our citizens to change their government peacefully through free and fair elections. It doesn't work there. They appoint everybody from the governor to the senators, from the representatives. They are unappointed, even the mayors. Now they are even appointing chiefs. Chiefs are traditionally were supposed to be selected in a kind of traditional way. That is our tradition, that nobody should appoint who is head of the villages. The villagers know they have what they call the kingmakers. The kingmakers decide who to appoint in their villages. Okay, that's what happened. But it's now the La Republic government, because they want people who align, who are sympathetic, who align with their mission. They will appoint even the chiefs now, which is very, very wrong, against the traditions of the people of Amazonia. All these restrictions and interference in the right of peaceful assembly and freedom of association and all this has very huge impact on our people. It's this inability of our citizens to freely move, and it's very, very serious. They don't have any. That's why people don't even know. They don't have a say in because of these serious and unreasonable restrictions on this political participation. People don't vote anymore. For the past 7 years, we have banned elections in Ambazonia because we don't want any elections, because there's no election, because they already know their candidates. They only say there's election. There's no election, so we just ban election in Ambazonia. So all the people, anybody who is there that is elected, was just appointed because their names were just on the list, and they say, oh, there's election. There's no election. We are this government that is the worst corrupt government. La Republic government is the worst corrupt government. There's no accountability. Okay, people can do things and they go free because the government don't have any investigation they do for any crime. Okay, They don't do no investigation. This lack of investigation and accountability, this violence on civilians, people are being killed for no reason. We have this is what we are saying, that the international community don't understand what they are dealing with. The La Republic government has never taken steps to identify the people doing these crimes. They have never taken steps to investigate these crimes, never, or to prosecute those who are found guilty and punish them for these crimes. No, they have never. Nobody has been punished for all this gruesome killing for the past 7 years. And that is how corrupt this regime is. Okay? That is the systematic killing of our people with impunity. Okay? It's like the international community is looking at the Cameroon regime as a normal regime. This is not a normal regime. This regime is very, very barbaric. Yes, the act of violence, these extrajudicial killings, these crimes on against humanity, these human rights abuses or corruption, nobody has been tried, nobody has been investigated or prosecuted. So, the EU must be deeply concerned about this human rights situation. They must be, because their report. The one thing I don't understand is that the La Republic government is a criminal regime. You're asking a criminal regime to investigate themselves. That is the problem. Instead of, we have the ICC, the ICJ to come in, the International Criminal Court or the International Court of Justice to come in and do their own investigation as an international body. Okay? I don't know the limitation of this body, but they have the right to come in and do the investigation with all this evidence from Amnesty International, from International Crime Watch, from different organizations coming in. But they are still asking the Cameroon government, a corrupt government, to investigate himself. I don't know how that works, but that's not what is supposed to be done, right? Ask a corrupt government to investigate itself. I don't know how that is going to work, but that's why for the past 7 years, nothing has been investigated. Okay? Yes. We have what we call the right of the Ambazonian people to freedom of expression, assembly, or association. Okay? The Cameroon government does not respect human rights. No, they don't respect nothing. Our people that have been killed innocently, displaced internally, nothing has been done. Okay? The political and military leaders don't want to negotiate. Okay? They prefer to use this crisis as a way to stay in power. Okay, most international organizations have urged President Paul Biya's government to go into peace talk, but they don't want. Okay, the African Union, the Central African State, and the EU have tried their best to come in, but we hope that they should do more. Okay, because when they allow one country to, like Switzerland came in, Canada came in to mediate. Okay, we need them to help to facilitate dialogue. Okay, to take on this mediation role, because if you leave just one country, it should be the whole broad spectrum, so that if La Republic fails to do it as they have done in the past two negotiation processes, they should have sanctions. Because they don't have any sanction, they can get out of a already ongoing peaceful process, like the one in Switzerland. It was already about 2 years ongoing. They abandoned it. So what do you call this? This is disrespect of international law, right? Where these countries are coming in to come and bring in peace, to mediate, to facilitate dialogue. Okay, but that is the problem that we have, where the EU and all these African Union must come in, okay, must come into because this La Republic unwillingness to engage in a truly and meaningful peace talks to solve the conflict is a big problem. All right, is the main problem that has dragged this conflict for this long, because the people of Ambazonia have been ready. The leaders want to go to negotiation. They are ready for that. But La Republic thinks that they want to use their military to suppress our people, to keep our people in bondage, as they have been doing for the past 61 years. That is what they have done to our people. But we know our right. The people of Ambazonia know their right. Okay? Nobody will be silenced. Nobody will be silenced. Then we know our right. Okay? Yes. We only want the international community to take note of all this, to keep condemning these human rights abuses and these violations of international law and international humanitarian law that are being perpetrated by La Republic military on the people of Ambazonia. We want the international community to understand that. Okay? We want them. Okay? All these atrocities known have been investigated by the Cameroon authorities. The international community is asking them to do that. But at the end of the day, they are not investigating anything. Nobody has been tried. Nobody has been investigated. Nobody has been prosecuted. There is no independent, no effective, no transparent, no impartial investigations going on. And this is why they take advantage and keep doing it. Because there's no repercussions. There's no effect. Okay? This is why people don't trust this international law. We don't trust this international humanitarian law, because countries take advantage. Countries has veto power, like France. They can always veto any proposal to bring this to the United Nations Security Council. You know, this is the problem with international law. And we have to stop. We have to work on this, because it is you can't see people who are responsible for humanitarian violations and they are not being held accountable. They are not being brought to justice. There is no fair trial. How do you want to resolve a crisis when for 7 years the killing is going on? The only country that even tried and did something was the United States. The United States sole-handedly gave a visa ban on all the government officials of La Republique du Cameroon. They gave them visa ban, and that visa ban is still dead, is still effective. Even the United States also gave military ban, supply, and also took off Cameroon from AGOA, the American Africa Trade Agreement. They took Cameroon off. So those are the little sanctions that America have tried to impose on the regime of Yaoundé. Okay, but we need the EU to come in, because the EU has many countries that can do something, right? Yeah, it's just something that we need. We are hoping that the EU can use all of their political leverage provided by its development aid and other bilateral programs to enhance the defense of human rights in Cameroon. You know, the EU can do more. You know, the United States have tried, and they are still trying. The United States is still doing their best. Okay, the United States stopped the supply of military material to the Cameroon regime because they were using this material that was destined to the north, to fight the Boko Haram in the north. They were using it on the people of Ambazonia. So the American government said, no, these weapons will not be supplied anymore. They had to stop that supply. Okay. The EU need to help to stop this thing of military courts for the trial of civilians. You cannot be trying civilians in military courts. It doesn't work like that. only dictatorship government does that. So all Ambazonians that are in jail today were being tried in the military courts. Military courts that were supposed to try militaries, the military men or the men in uniform, is used for the Ambazonian civilians. Okay. We have to recall the international obligation as regards to a fair trial by which the La République du Cameroon is bound to, but they don't respect it. Okay, we have to. The EU has to remind Cameroon of its obligation to uphold the right of all civilians to a fair trial before an independent court of law, not the military court. We all recall that the military court should not have jurisdiction over civilian population. It doesn't work like that. The military court has nothing to do with civilians. Civilians have their own normal courts that we all know, an independent court of law. The military courts try people in uniforms, men in uniforms. They have their own military things that they do. They try the military that commit crimes within the military or police, all those people that have uniform, men in uniform. Okay. We are saying this because the international community don't understand that the Ambazonian people in jail, all of them were being tried in this court. Okay. They should call on the Cameroon authority to stop doing this. Our people are civilians. They are not criminals. They are just freedom fighters. They are just Ambazonians. Okay, they never had. And the issue also is that this military court has what they call death penalty. A lot of our people have been killed because this military court put them under death penalty, which is very, very unlawful under international human rights laws. Okay, death penalty has not been used in Cameroon since some years. Okay. And we see that happening just during this crisis. Just for Ambazonians. Because Ambazonians have stood up their ground, and now they are saying, oh, Ambazonians should be tried with this military tribunal. Okay. La République government and their military, they have committed all types of violence against our people. Women, children. Okay. This is what the international community has to know. They're targeting civilians. Okay, these attacks on schools and churches, and okay, this is what La République does to impact the pain on our people. Okay, and that is what we are trying to call on the international community to stop doing this. To ask the La République government to stop, because if not, they keep doing what they do, they don't have any effect. Okay, yeah, we are calling on the United Nations and the EU to continue monitoring the humanitarian situation and assessing the needs. Okay, because it's going worse. That's why we say this crisis has been neglected. Okay, it's one of the most neglected crises that we are experiencing. We are calling on the people of the world to understand that, because they don't know what's going on, and the crisis is really having a huge impact on the people of Ambazonia, and we are bearing the brunt of everything. Okay, this problem that our case has been neglected, there is a lot of political gimmicks going on that some of us don't understand. We saw what happened in you remember Glencore, right? Glencore has British ownership. It has different countries' ownership. Glencore was used to buy cheap gas from these African countries. Ambazonian oil was also part of it. Okay. Now we hear Commonwealth and corruption. This is something that has just been going on. The Commonwealth is Cameroon is part of Commonwealth because Ambazonian is an English-speaking country. So Cameroon makes its membership to Commonwealth because of Ambazonian. Okay, you know, the person that was representing us in Commonwealth was now the Prime Minister. The La Republic Prime Minister used to be our representative to the Commonwealth. Okay, now we hear there's a scandal going on there. Okay, Patricia Scotland, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, is accused of receiving 250 million francs CFA as bribe during her visit to Cameroon. The Commonwealth of Nations are all the English-speaking countries. We believe that we will be member of a Commonwealth. We will not be member of Francophonie. The Commonwealth was supposed to be fighting for our cause even more than any other group or many other alliance. They know that we are English-speaking country. We are coming from all these countries called Commonwealth, colonized by Britain. We have the same offspring. Okay, but during a 5-day visit in Cameroon in 2017, we heard that Patricia Scotland was accused of receiving 250 million francs from the authorities in Cameroon. You see, so this is what we are saying. That's why the Commonwealth for the past 7 years, they have been silent. And people don't know why Commonwealth has been silent. We are asking, but this lady has been questioned, okay? Because that money is an incentive to cover up the gross violation of human rights and other crimes committed by Cameroon soldiers operating in the southern Cameroons. Okay, they have covered it. That's why we're asking, but Commonwealth, I know Francophonie is more controlled by France, but Commonwealth is controlled by the UK, the Queen of England. Okay, but what's going on now is that we have been abandoned. Instead of them fighting for the freedom of Ambazonian and a Commonwealth, a to be, we are just a candidate. We are already part of Commonwealth, but once we are recognized, we'll be one of the members of Commonwealth. But this human rights thing is an example of what just happened, that our people have been neglected, a lot of human rights abuses, and nobody comes in. The report from Red Cross, report from Amnesty International, all this, even the all these crimes that we're committing. Okay, this Secretary General Patricia Scotland was accused of receiving hundreds of millions from Cameroon authorities to maintain the country's membership in the organization, despite its troublesome human rights record. That was one thing. Also, that money, they are accused of other crimes that this Commonwealth lady, Patricia Scotland, was accused of by the watchdog. This is a sign that all these are things that we say our people have been tied by an international web. This is a cobweb of corrupt practices going on. You remember, our companies are highly indebted by companies that came in and took a lot of money, or they are collecting the oil and they are giving them all those things. Look at Glencore. Glencore has corrupt in many countries, was charged of corruption in many countries, but only in La Republic of Cameroon they have not arrested any one official. In Congo, we know that they have arrested some of government officials who were involved. You heard of when Barrister Akeremuna was speaking in Pidgin, saying that He has tried. He has went to all the ministers. He has spoken to these people. They say, oh, okay, but till date, they have not investigated anybody that was involved in Glencore corruption. Because it was only in Cameroon. This oil giant, Glencore, was involved in corrupt charges in many countries. But Cameroon is the only country that have not prosecute those people, those government officials that were involved in collecting bribes from Glencore. That is how bad it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Saturday. We have Saturday that we're gonna be opening the Ambazonian embassy. Okay, that will help us to lobby. Okay, for our crisis, right? We can easily talk to the Commonwealth reps. We can talk to any organization. We have a lobbyist. Don't forget, we have a lobbyist that has over 30 years of experience. That's gonna help us. You know, we have a lobbyist. They know how to knock the doors. Okay, we're gonna be having a lot of issues. Meetings with international organizations, governments, presidents, and lot more. So on Saturday we are opening this embassy. It's a historic thing. Okay, very historic. I want you guys, if you are able to make it, please join us this Saturday. Okay, join us this Saturday in Washington, D.C., the heart of America, the capital city of America, Washington, D.C. We are having this wonderful opening of our embassy. It will be a historic event. We are moving the geometric progression in our struggle now. Okay, for the past 7 years, we have been marking time in one spot, doing the same thing, wrong things, not having any positive result. Now we are having a positive result, geometric progression. For the past 6 years, we've been doing what we call arithmetical progression, just moving like, you know, when moving like a tortoise, very slow. But now we are moving like kangaroo, fast. We are skipping all the hurdles now. We are moving very fast, and that's why the BR regime, they are trembling, because what they did not expect, we are just moving ahead of them. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are hoping that most of you are going to join us this Saturday. It's a very, very historic event. I hope that you guys are going to be there. This is the launching. That's the address, the Massachusetts Avenue, Washington, D.C. Okay, that is it. It starts at 12 noon. 12 noon. Please make sure you are there. Saturday, December 9th. Please make it a date. It's a wonderful event. Grand opening. Please make sure you are there. You see, those are the flyers. Those are the emblems that we're going to be using on that day. So make it there. Make it so that I tell people that we are moving very fast. We already have many things going now that people don't even know. Okay, we have a lot of things. Okay, this is our ID card. Okay, see, that's the ID card. The interim government is doing electronic ID card. You can do it from anywhere in the world, because you go to the website ambazonianid.com. You just go there and you send all your information. We'll do a lot of investigation, background investigation about you, and know whether you are born and bred in Ambazonia. Okay, and then we'll move from there, and we'll know how your relationship, your parents. We'll do all those investigation, and we're gonna issue the ID card. That is how good it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, very important for our people to know that this is a historic day for us. We want all Ambazonians to be part of it. We'll be live on ABS TV, and I want every Ambazonian to know that this Saturday is very historic. Okay, we are opening Ambazonian Embassy in the United States of America. So, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for watching. Please, if you are just joining, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that if you're watching on YouTube, so that you'll be seeing my show every time I come online. You'll be seeing, okay, because every week I make at least 2 shows at least every week. So hit the subscribe button, and if you're watching on Facebook, please hit the follow button. Follow me, follow my page, so that you see my video, because I know not everybody watch YouTube. Some people watch Facebook. Okay, thank you, and God bless Ambazonia. God bless you all. It was wonderful talking to you guys, man. Have a great day, and Merry Christmas in advance.